I'm Cameron Combs, and my story is Why You Reckon by Langston Hughes. Well, sir, I ain't never been mixed up in nothing wrong before nor since, and I don't intend to be again. But I was hungry that night. Indeed, I was. Depression times before plants opened up and money got to circulating again, and that Second World War has just busted out. I was going down 133rd Street in the snow when another colored fellow that looks hungry asks me and says, "Say, buddy, you want to make a little jack?" "Sure, how?" Sticking up a guy. The first white guy that comes out, "Oh, these speakeasies and looks like bucks, we gonna grab him." "Oh, no." "Oh, yes, we will." "Man, ain't you hungry? Didn't I see you down there at the charities today, not getting nothing like me?" "You didn't get a thing, did you?" "Hell no." "Well, you gotta take what you want. That's all. Reach out and take it. Even if you are starving. Don't starve like a fool. You must be in love with white folks or something. Else scared? Do you think they care about you?" "No, they sure don't. These here rich folks come up to Harlem spending 40 or 50 bucks in the nightclubs and speakeasies and don't care nothing about you and me in the street, do they? Huh. Well, one of them's gonna give some money tonight before he gets home." "What about the cops?" "To hell with the cops. Now listen now. I live right here. I sleep on the ash pile back of the furnace down in this basement. Don't nobody never come down there after dark. They let me stay here for keeping the furnace going at night. Now you grab this here guy we pick out, push him down to the basement right here. I'll pull him in. We'll drag him on back yonder to the furnace room and rob him. Money, watch, clothes, and all. Then push him out in the rear court. If he hollers, and he sure will holler when that cold air hits him, folks will just think he's some drunken white man. But by that time, we'll be long gone. What do you say, boy?" "Well, sir, I'm telling you, I was so tired and hungry that night that I didn't hardly know what to say. So I said, all right, and we decided to do it. It looked like to me about time 133rd Street was just working with people, taxis cruising, white folks from downtown looking for hot spots. It were just midnight. This guy's front basement door was right near the door of the Dixie bar where that woman sings the kind of blues Ovays is crazy about. Just what we wanted to happen happened right off. A big party of white folks in furs and things come down the street. They must have parked their car on Lenox, 'cause they wasn't in no taxi. They was walking in the snow, and just when they got right by us, one of the white women says, "Edward, oh darling, don't you know I left my purse and cigarettes and compact in the car? Please go and ask the chauffeur to get them to you." And they went on in the Dixie. The boys started toward Lenox again. Edward never did get back no more that evening to the Dixie bar. No, pal, 'cause we nabbed him. When he come back down the street in his evening clothes and all, with a swole black overcoat on that I wished I had, just a tipping, so as to not slip up on the snow, I grabbed him. Before he could say Jack Robinson, I pulled him down the steps to the basement door. The other fellow jerked him in, and by the time he were where he was, we had that white boy yonder behind the furnace in the coal bin. "Don't you holler," I said. There wasn't much light back there. The raw gas coming out of a jet, kind of blue like blinking in the coal dust. It took a few minutes before we could see what he looked like. "Edward, don't you holler in this coal bin." But Edward didn't holler. He just sat down on the coal. I reckon he was scared weak like. Don't you throw no coal either, the fellow said. Better didn't look like he was gonna throw coal. What do you want? Am I kidnapped? Well, sir, we ain't ever thought of kidnapping. I reckon we both look puzzled. I could see the other guy thinking maybe we ought to hold him for ransom. Then he must decide that that weren't wise, because he said to this white boy, "No, you ain't kidnapped. We ain't got no time for that. We's hungry right now. So, buddy, give me your money." The white boy handed out his coat pocket amongst other things, a lady's pretty white beaded bag that he'd been sent after. Doggone, my gal could go for this. She likes pretty things. Stand up and let me see what else you got. The white guy got up and the other fellow went through his pockets. He went out and he took out a wallet and a gold watch and a cigarette lighter. And he got a swell key ring and some other little things colored folks never use. Thank you. I guess I'll eat tomorrow and smoke right now, he said, opening the white boy's cigarette case. Have one. And he passed some swell fags around to me and the white boy. What kind is these? Benson Hedged, said the white boy, kind of scared like, because the other fellow was making an awful face over the cigarette. Well, I don't like them. Why don't you smoke the decent cigarettes? Where do you get off anyhow? Where do you get off coming up in Harlem with these kind of cigarettes? Don't you know no colored folks smoke these kind of cigarettes? What are you doing bringing a lot of pretty rich women up wearing white fur coats? Don't you know it's more than we colored folk can do to get black fur coat, let alone white one? I'm asking you a question. The poor white fellow looked like he was gonna cry. Don't you know? The colored fellow went on, that I've been walking up and down Lenox Avenue for 3 or 4 months and trying to find some way to earn money and get my shoes half sold? Here, look at him. He held up the palms of his feet for the white boy to see. There sure was big holes in his shoes. Look at here. Still, you got the nerve to come up here to Harlem all dressed in a tuxedo suit with the stiff shirt on and diamond shining out of the front of it, and the silk muffler on the heavy overcoat? Give me that overcoat. He grabbed the white guy and took off his overcoat. We can't use that MC outfit you got on. We might be able to make earrings out for Janes out of them studs. Take them off. All this time I was just standing there. Wasn't doing nothing. The other fellow had just taken all the stuff so far and had his arms full. Wearing diamonds up here to Harlem and me starving. Damn. I'm sorry. Sorry. What's your name? Edward P.D. McGill III. What third? Where's the other two? My father and grandfather. I'm the third. I had a father and grandfather too, but I ain't no third. I'm the first. Ain't never been one like me. I'm a new model. When we laughed, the white boy looked real scared. He looked like he wanted to holler. He sat down in the coal again. The front of his shirt was all black and where he took the diamonds out. The wind came in through a broken pane above the coal bin and the white fellow sat there shivering. He was just a kid running around to the nightclubs. We ain't gonna kill you. We ain't got the time. But if you sit in that coal long enough, white boy, you be black as me. Give me your shoes. I might maybe can sell them. The white fellow took off his shoes. As he handed them to the colored fellow, he had to laugh himself. It looked so crazy handing somebody else your shoes. We all laughed. But I'm laughing last. You two can stay here and laugh if you want, both you, but I'm gone. So long. And man, don't you know he went out there from that basement and took all of that stuff. Left me standing just as empty-handed as when I come in there. Yes, sir. He took the money, the diamonds, and everything, even the shoes, and me with nothing. Was I stung? I'm asking you. Ain't you gonna give me none? Where's my pop? I couldn't even see him in the dark, but I heard him. Get back there and watch that white boy till I get out of here. Get back there, or I'll knock your living gizzard out. I don't know you. I got back there, and there me and that white boy was standing in a strange cold, man. He looked like he picked chicken, and me feeling like a fool. Well, sir, we both had to laugh again. Say, is he gone? He ain't here. Gee, that was exciting. That was thrilling. What? It was the first exciting thing that's ever happened to me. This is the first time in my life I've had a good time in Arnold. Everything else has been fake. A show. You know, something you pay for. This was real. So, buddy, if I had your money, I'd always be having a good time. No, you wouldn't. Yes, I would, I said. But the white boy shook his head. Then he asked me if he could go home, and I said, sure, why not? So we went up the dark hall. I said, wait a minute. I went up and looked, but there wasn't no cops or nobody much in the streets. So I said, so long, to the white boy. I'm glad he had a good time. And I left him standing there on the sidewalk in his stocking feet, waiting for a taxi. I went up the street hungrier than I am now. And I kept thinking about that white boy with all his money. I said to myself, what do you suppose is the matter with rich white folk? Why you reckon they ain't happy?